Jazz Cafe. We're at the 27th Annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest here in Reading, Pennsylvania at the beautiful Doubletree by Hilton. And with us right now is the fabulous saxophonist, Andy Snitzer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Diane. That's a lovely introduction. Thank you.
You are everywhere around the world, so it's great to catch up with you here in Reading. This is a lot of fun here, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun. I'm originally from Philadelphia, so it's kind of in my ancestral backyard, so to speak. So I love coming to this festival. It's a great festival.
It's kind of like coming home, too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How old were you again when you started to play?
Oh, well, clarinet, I was 8. And a little bit of guitar, and they both went by the wayside.
Right. And
so,
now
saxophone.
Well, when you're on stage, Andy, you have such a presence. When we were talking a little bit earlier, you were talking about how much fun you have playing. Well, it comes across to us that way.
Yeah, I continue to love doing this. There isn't a thing about it that isn't fun. So,
what do you enjoy most about it?
Well, I mean, the first part is the playing, is the music making. Improvising, like sinking into a fat rhythm section behind me and soloing or playing melodies with a great drummer, bass player, keyboard player. It's extremely satisfying.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it continues to be satisfying every time I do it.
Yeah, and it's new and it's fresh each time you're there too.
Yeah. But the thing about improvising and playing solos on the saxophone, it is no less interesting to me than it was 25 years ago.
That's
great. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been touring with Paul Simon. How long now?
Oh my. I am now going to be in my 18th year.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah, 1999 was the first time I did that with Paul. So.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain energy when you are out with Paul in the band, isn't it?
Well, he's an historic artist, and the band operates at a very high level. He has very good people. He hand selects very good people. They're from all over the globe, so it really is like a world ensemble, world music ensemble operating at a very high level of musicianship and sophistication.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. I mean, it's a completely different thing from doing your own show, being the guy at the front of the stage. It's another operation, but it's equally satisfying to me.
Yeah, different things. And when you do your own thing, tell me more about that.
Well, I mean, it's just great to play the music live. You work so hard on the recordings. It takes so long to do it. So much tinkering and reflecting and hair pulling, etc. Right? You never make no one makes a perfect record, but you're trying to make the best art you can make in the time frame that you've allotted. And anyway, playing it live, it just goes. I mean, people YouTube stuff and put it on the internet, but generally you just play and there's no reflection, there's no nitpicking, there's no ripping it apart. It's freer. So I love that part of it.
Yeah. Well, it has a life of its own.
Yeah. But it happens in that room and it goes out into the air, and that's basically the end of it.
That's it. Yeah. Well, your most recent record is American Beauty, right?
Yes. It's came out in October 15. So.
Yeah. And I know it's hard for you to get back in the studio to work on something else. I think you have some things in your head that you want to work on, but you've been touring a lot.
It's you really need to get a block of time when you're not on the road. I mean, I need that, right? Like I need to switch gears, and I take a computer, a little laptop on the road, obviously, and I can write there. I can do stuff. I don't have my full apparatus, but I can generate ideas. But it somehow doesn't really come to fruition while you're out. So I need to get home. I'm hoping that late summer and fall will be that time for me. We'll see.
Yeah, right. We'll process
get another record going. Yeah, I will make another record eventually.
Yeah. So. Since you played all over the world, is there any place that sticks out to you that you thought was really a great experience or different from what you thought it was going to be when you got there?
Wow, what a great question. I don't know if I had expectations prior, but it's interesting to see the way different audiences conduct themselves and the way they react around the world. And I'm really talking about, like, the playing I've done in that respect is mostly backing up rock stars. So when I toured with the Rolling Stones for 5 years in the 90s, and when you're South America with the Rolling Stones, mayhem. The audience is, it's mayhem. They're a football stadium filled with people going bananas. And on the same tour then, you'll play in Tokyo, right? Where it's also a 60, 70,000 seat venue. And at the end of the show, everyone sits down and by section, they stand up and file orderly out of the dome. Yeah,
Okay.
so like just polar opposites of how people conduct themselves in that setting.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't know about any of that prior. You know, you just witness it, and it's wow, look at that. You know, different people in different parts of the planet.
What's the feedback you get in Tokyo while you're performing?
Oh well, I mean, it's compared to South America, it's muted. They're enjoying it to the same extent, but the way that they
express that.
The way they are taught to express it, what's allowable. Right, or maybe not even allowable. Just the societal idea about how you express enjoyment of an entertainment is completely different. So, but they love it also.
Who else do you tour with?
Well, Paul is the main guy. Since I've seen you last, we did a co-bill with Sting. So I toured with Sting. That was fun, and I did a little stint with Billy Joel.
I thought I remembered that.
Yeah, I did 6 weeks with Billy Joel in 2013. That was also really fun. A lot of saxophone solos in his music. So
yeah, you gotta love that.
I really loved it. Yeah, I really loved it. So just getting to play that book, getting to play Sting's book, like Englishman in New York, some of those other iconic saxophone solos, the saxophone solos in Paul's book. It's fun.
Well, this is what I also think makes you such a great player. You are so versatile. Look at the different bands that you play with and then have your own thing.
Yeah.
So when you approach this, is it switching hats or is it just kind of like tweaking what you do? What is it?
Well, I just, I've got that in me, right? Like I moved to New York. I didn't move to New York to be like, the first thing on my mind when I was 21 wasn't, I'm gonna be a solo artist and make records and tour around. The first thing on my mind was, I'm coming here to work. I want to be in the recording studios. I want to be a studio musician, and I want to work for people and see where that goes.
I want to play. Right?
I want to play, but also some people are like, I want to be a recording artist from very early, and that happened later for me. Yeah. Interestingly, but anyway, I'm both of those people somehow, and that's just me. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's not, I didn't put on the hat or learn it or anything like that. Just honest expressions. So.
And one thing just kind of leads to the other, doesn't it?
Listen, it's all random. Like without fail, like the biggest things that have happened, the biggest tours, the biggest recording deals that I've stepped into, right? Or even, well, I shouldn't even say that. Like, the whole idea of being a solo artist kind of the actuality of that landed on me. I wasn't like sending demos out and hustling record company executives and what have you. It just kind of, without going into the whole story, it just fell on me. So you just try to do your best and let the universe throw stuff around, right?
Yeah. Well, I know how I feel when I hear you play. It pulls me in. Cool. And there's just this positive energy, and it makes me feel good.
Good.
So what are the words you would use to describe how you feel while you're playing?
Intense, committed, rooted, emotional, melodic, rhythmic, passionate.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Some of those words.
And when you're not working or playing, what are you doing?
I have a 3-year-old daughter. Like, I'm kind of late to that game, so I basically just stare at my 3-year-old daughter.
Oh, that's great.
I go like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's amazing. So, and I'm a pretty good tennis player. I'm a gym rat a little bit.
All right.
I'm a foodie, but mostly like we don't go out anymore. We just like look at the baby.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and hang in. Well, you're out all the time, so home's got to be really nurturing.
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. And my wife's like, this is a thing that happens to a lot of us. Like, let's go somewhere. And I'm like, No. This is where I want to go.
Yeah,
I just went. But,
right. I want to be here.
So we have to, negotiate that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, thank you for coming here to Berks. It's great to
That's
hear
my
you play
pleasure.
here. And thank you for coming here for this interview so
Also
we can
my
catch up
pleasure.
again.
It's great to see you.
Wonderful to see you, and it'll be wonderful to hear you a little bit later, too.
Awesome.
All the best with everything, with your daughter, and with the travel.
Thank you, Diane.
Okay, we're
All
coming
right.
to you from Berks Jazz Fest.